Adam, the White Hair Master. Season 2. Episode 51. After ending the call with Chief Michael, Sarah continued to dial to call the local police from his instructions. As soon as the other line spoke, Sarah introduced herself as the niece of Chief Michael and had something to report to the police. Based on director Michael and Adam's suggestions, Sarah began to develop the most logical reason possible. Accordingly, Sarah told the police that she and her friend happened to discover a drowned human body near the beach while swimming in the sea. As soon as receiving the news from the niece of the chief of the police department, the local police immediately dispatched people to the scene to work. Along with police officers, divers from the rescue team were also dispatched to search the water. As soon as he arrived, the diver got to work. He quickly dived into the pre-zoned area and began to search. It didn't take long for the diver to find the girl's body. It turns out that after committing suicide, the girl's body was swept into a rock crevice on the seabed. This made the body unable to surface, and no one could find it. The state of the corpse when it was discovered was terrifying. Because the body was soaked in seawater, the body almost did not rot, but the girl's body became food for many sea creatures. After 2 years lying on the bottom of the water, the girl's body has been chiseled to the point of being unrecognizable. After discovering the body, the police immediately brought the body ashore to conduct an autopsy and then contacted the girl's relatives. Because the informant was the niece of the police chief, the local police did not investigate further into Adam and Sarah's involvement in this matter. They only advised 2 people not to swim in this area, because this is a rather dangerous area. Sarah was highly grateful to the police's instructions and promised to follow. She also said that encountering a dead body while swimming made a strong impression on her and her friends. Surely it will be a long time before both of them dare go to the sea to swim again. Watching the last police car leave, Sarah breathed a sigh of relief. Everything was settled. Sarah then turned to Adam and repeated the earlier joke about Adam being possessed by a spirit. She also added that originally traveling was for rest and relaxation. Still, it is more tiring than staying in the city. When the police left, the beach party was over. Everyone returned to the hotel to rest. That night Adam and Sarah had a whole night's sleep until the following day without any incident. Although he is traveling, Adam still keeps his usual habit of waking up early. After waking up, he immediately went down to the hotel restaurant, ordered some breakfast, and waited for Sarah. After a while, Sarah appeared, but her face was not happy. On the contrary, she was highly scowling. Seeing Sarah's unusual expression, Adam immediately asked. He asked if what he'd seen last night had haunted Sarah, preventing her from sleeping well. But the truth is not so, because following Adam to solve the work for a while, things like last night no longer make Sarah haunted. In fact, Sarah just received a call from a colleague who said she was in dire need of help. Hearing this, Adam immediately had a focused attitude. He immediately asked Sarah to explain her friend's problem. Sarah then reported what she had heard to Adam. Sarah's colleague said that she has a friend, and this person's husband is tied to something. This has been going on for a while and is getting worse and worse. After hearing the situation, Adam discussed immediately checking out to return with Sarah. It turned out that Sarah's confused expression earlier was because of this. Neither she nor Adam could sit still when others needed help. This also means that the trip of the 2 will end here because they have prepared very carefully for this trip. So when they have to return earlier than planned, Sarah can't laugh. Although a little reluctant had no other way, Adam and Sarah had to check out and catch the earliest flight to return. After the plane landed, Adam immediately went to the girl's house. Because through Sarah's colleagues, Adam learned that the girl's husband's condition was quite bad. Adam was afraid that if he did not intervene immediately, it would lead to undesirable consequences. According to the address that Sarah's colleague sent, the two went to the house of a girl named Ling. As soon as she got there, Sarah raised her hand to ring the doorbell. A few seconds later, the door opened, and a relatively young woman appeared. Sarah immediately introduced herself and Adam as the one called to help Ling's husband. When she knew that the two people in front of her were the ones she was expecting, Ling showed great urgency. Ling quickly opened the door and invited the two inside. Not long after entering the house, Adam noticed the abnormality here. He immediately asked Ling. He wondered if Ling's husband was in the room behind her. Ling was a little surprised at Adam's question and then nodded slightly to answer. Adam was able to immediately identify this room because of an exceptional feature. Ordinary people couldn't see it, of course, but under Adam's eyes, he could see it clearly. There was a continuous flow of dense yin from the door of the room that Ling's husband was in. However, Adam had been exposed to such things a lot, but Adam could not help but frown at this abnormality. Just like the other times, because he was afraid his companions would be in danger when they did not know what was in the room, Adam instructed everyone to stay in the living room and wait. Left alone, Adam approached the door. He gently opened it and stepped inside. A strong aura rushed over, making Adam's whole body go cold. As soon as Adam entered the room, he saw Ling's husband lying on the bed. His expression was now terrible, there was no life at all. If his chest didn't rise and fall with each labored breath, some would think he was just a corpse without a soul. Adam moved a little closer to take a closer look at Ling's husband. Seemingly awakened by Adam's footsteps, Ling's husband immediately rose to his feet. With a pair of eyes filled with pain and anguish, Ling's husband turned to Adam as if begging for help. From what he had heard before, until now, seeing the man's condition with his own eyes, all of which made Adam frown. But it was also from these points that Adam realized the crux of the matter. Ling's husband's condition now does not know how to describe it. His whole body is tied by many hairs. Adam noticed that each time Ling's husband moved, the hairs on his body tightened. This made all his attempts to escape unsuccessful, not even talking or screaming.